today. From MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first-half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he can keep going at the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
They'll run here with a rookie. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. You look at this Eagle defense, and they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
Tracy going to get it on first down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll go again with Tracy. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
They look to throw. It's Lock. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
Gano's kick is good, and the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
Out come the Eagles for the first time, and the man in charge at quarterback in his 5th year now, Jalen Hurts.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Saquon Barkley, a man who played collegiately here in the Keystone State. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 19 carries, 120 yards, and a touchdown.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dexter Lawrence, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Locke's throw brought in by Bellinger.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. On 1st down, Locke.
Another pass complete to Bellinger.
Touchdown!
Daniel Bellinger.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Giants are able to extend their lead.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him, because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
Gano the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive.
3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces, because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Throwing is Hurts. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Giants touchdown.
Boy, this defense is circling early. A pick-6 there, and they are off to the races here this first quarter.
And, partner, when you get off to a first-quarter lead like this, it really frees you up defensively to take some chances, really apply some heat. And that was just a tremendous play to pick that ball off and bring it back for a score.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes our score 17-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Hurts now hoping to make up for that pick six. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Second down and 4. Hurts sets up to throw it.
This short throw caught by Goddard and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. 17-0 our score after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a third down coming up. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Taken in at the 22. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return.
And it will be first and 10 as they take over.
So now the Giants set to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive first and 10. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
From the 38 now, here's a second down and 4.
Here's Locke to throw.
He's got Bellinger.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Throwing on first down is Locke. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Second down and a yard.
Here's Locke. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Flush to his right. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5.
Straight ahead, here's Tracy.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now second and goal. Block now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we've got third and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Darius Slayton, a 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Giants are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Gano the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Hurts.
Giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack. Here's Braden Mann now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And out will come the offense as they take over. And New York set to take the field. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Locke now on first down.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And down to the 16-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Locke going to throw.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
To throw it is Locke. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Locke looks to throw it again.
That's complete. It's Neighbors.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. From the left hash, this from 37. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good. And this will stay a 3-score game at 24.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
He'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch.
And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
Now they got to get to the line quickly.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Hurts.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Elliott is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We get things started with a good one in the NFC. Seattle traveling down south to take on Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And that one getting close to halftime with the Falcons out in front. Darnell Mooney, a touchdown reception. From there, we head up to Wisconsin to check out the Packers at home in Lambeau. And that game has gone to halftime with the visiting Texans out on top. It's C.J. Stroud with a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Jamar Chase, a touchdown reception. The G-Man got a strong first half from the veteran quarterback.
It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And the half will begin with a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Looking to throw.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw here. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. Running left, it's Barkley. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory.
This 2nd and 4. Now Hurts on the option right.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
They'll drop to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 39. Back to throw here. Over the middle, complete. That's Campbell. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
Going for it all.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Hurts. He's got Smith here. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw again.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown.
Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there is just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
And out now come the Eagles.
But it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll go to Barkley again. There he goes, right side. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16.
57 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts.
They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. Touchdown, Eagles.
Kenneth Gainwell.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit.
Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen, ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York set to take the field.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Locke. Flushed out right. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain. Now Locke. Trying to lay one up deep.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Looking to throw. Locke.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Throwing his Locke on 3rd down.
That is caught.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
They'll hand it to Tracy.
And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this 3rd quarter of play. So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Block now on 1st down. Lewis has it, the tight end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Second and goal from the 1. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On first down, Hurts. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Steps away to his left. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
First target, first catch, and a 1st down. They'll set up a throw.
Quick slant here to Smith.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Bobby Okereke.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Hurts. Here's a screen with Gainwell.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Hurts throw complete there to Smith.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
The pickup there, 5 yards. Back to throw again. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 21. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Jets, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.